is simply solve the following density problems. We need to remember the equation for density. Density equals mass over volume. Using algebra, we can figure out the other two equations. For instance, if we wanted to solve for mass, it would be density times volume. I probably taught you this in class, but this is a very useful tool. I call it the Tom circle, even though that aggravates Miss Roberts. It looks like it has a T, an O, and an M to me, but she doesn't seem to see that. In these, we take simply this equation, we put it into this circle. This part right here was just a drawing mistake. Whoops. Just messed up. That's even worse. We'll erase that whole thing and start over. All right, so we take our circle. If I can draw one better, a little better. Put a T in the bottom half. Then we take whatever was on top and we put it on top. And then whatever else goes on the bottom. We can use this circle to determine any one of these three variables by covering up the one that we want to solve for. So if we were to cover up density, pretend we've covered it up. Do it. Cover it up with your finger, and you'll see what we have left is mass over volume. And that's the equation. If we want to solve for mass, cover up the M, and you'll see that these are both on the bottom, so it's D times V. If you want to solve for volume, cover up the V, and you have M over D. So that will work on any three variable equation. All right, so 6 through 10, all we're doing is solving these problems. All right, a 16.1 gram sample, so that's the mass as a volume of that. So there's the volume. So I just simply set up number 6. I have my mass, 16.1 grams over my volume, 0.75 centimeters cubed. Just put the 0 there. All right, type that into your calculator quickly. If I get that right, it should be 21.4, 6666 forever. If we look, we have 3 sig figs in both of these problems, so our answer should be 3 sig figs. I need to round the 21.4 to 21.5, and that would be grams centimeters cubed. Make sure to put the units so that you can get the answer correct on your test. All right, let's practice one that's not simply solving for density. Let's just look at number 10 now. So we can practice using the Tom circle. It says what volume, all right, so we're going to solve for volume. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to cover up the volume. I'm left with mass over density. So let's erase that ugly question mark. We'll say it's equal to mass over density. All right, so we'll plug that in. What volume will 41.2 grams, that's our mass, of carbon tetrachloride occupy if it has a density of 1.90 grams per centimeters cubed. All right, so now it's just math. Type it in, 41.2. 1.90 divide. I get 21.68. That's pretty similar to number 6, ironically. We need to round that to 3 significant figures because each one of these had 3. So I'll say 21.7, and the unit for volume is centimeters cubed. We could have learned that from the algebra because I have the same thing on top and the bottom. So if this was underneath, it goes to the top, and that would have given us our units. All right, so we can use that circle to solve for any of these variables.